Hello everyone, this is potpotsie here, and today we have the 0.11.0 Beta 12, and there's very good news about this version. So it's not just another number on top of the other 11, this is most likely going to be the last build of the beta for 0.11.0. So what we're looking at is this, like I said, probably the last one, which would mean that they will go ahead and proceed to the next step, which is to submit to Apple and also Google Play, right? So both of them would be submitted to. Now, Apple takes, I think about 7 to 8 days, depending on when you submit your apps, to actually get the update through. So it still could be a little bit before iOS receives the version, but that's not the point. The point is we're basically to the point where they are ready to submit. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the changelog. I'm going to go play, new, creative, and just tell you what they've changed in this version. They've made quite a few bug fixes and a few tweaks as well. So fixed crash when client uses the last item of a stack. Fixed crash when breaking flowers/mushrooms. Fixed crash when being disconnected while the game is suspended. Survival mode no longer has increased picking range. Fixed issue where joining player would appear to receive damage when joining world. So they weren't actually receiving damage, it just seemed to be, it's like they'd make the animation, Armor no longer decreases damage from poison. The fixed spawners never appearing in mine shafts, and now they spawn cave spiders as well. So, the actual spawners were not appearing in mine shafts, and even then, the spawners were not spawning cave spiders. So now you'll find inside of mine shafts, you'll find spawners, and they will be spawning cave spiders, which can induce poison with you if they were to bite you. So be careful about those ones, very freaky creatures. You can now throw snowballs, eggs, and shoot arrows from a boat. Fixed buckets being unable to be used underwater. It's now easier to get into boats while holding a boat in your hand, parentheses underwater. Creative players can no longer be set on fire. Chickens can no longer walk on water, which is sad because, chickens walking on water, it just makes sense, right? I mean, they should be able to. Client players no longer have an infinite amount of food. Baby slimes no longer spawn in peaceful. Which, makes sense, obviously, because baby slimes are only peaceful for so long until they're not baby slimes, Skins are now centered on the skin pack screen, so I can show you guys that as well. We'll just go back. Options. Oh, we can't do it here. We have to go back to the title. Okay, we'll go back to the title. Settings, skins. All right, there you go. So we've got Alex, Steve, and my skin, as well as the city folk and town folk. Now, we've got fixed... well, I should show you one of these. Let's click them. So you can actually see these skin packs. If you haven't seen them yet, I kind of showed them earlier in a different version when they were added. But anyway, fixed several localization issues. Now, that's all the bugs. There's a lot of bug fixes there. And of course, they're wrapping it up. They're trying to hurry and get every little issue resolved before publishing to public. And so hopefully that stuff sorted out. Now, this is supposed to be the last build, I should clarify. So they may actually make another one. If they're finding that people are still reporting a new, just lots and lots of bugs, they will continue to make another build, probably. So don't be too excited yet, because it's not 100% sure. Just most likely that it's finished. Now, we got tweak/other, removed extra items, parentheses, like different types of swords. Now, what that is when you're actually in the game, I'm sure many of you actually noticed on the last build, I actually thought I hadn't noticed before, but in here, they had like the wooden, the iron, the stone, of the sword, and the shovel. They had like all the tools inside of this bar, and people really liked it. So, then they took it away in this version, and then I saw some tweets talking about how they're actually going to add it back. So they're in the next update of 0.11.0, they'll most likely put that stuff back here in this creative menu. Now, the last thing is change the way the select skin is highlighted. So you might have actually noticed when I was back here on the skins page, I think that what they changed, I think the white rectangular thing around the skin, I think it's bolder. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they changed as far as that goes. It says the way the select skin is highlighted, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, the point is they've polished it, so it's really nice. So basically, what you can get from this, if you didn't know what I was talking about, the version should be submitted incredibly soon. It could be now, it could be tomorrow, it could be 2 days from now, depending on if they find bugs. So if you find bugs, definitely go submit them to the Minecraft Pocket Edition Beta Google community page, because that's where they go and look to see, and you can go to links there to report bugs as well. Report them all, because they want to fix it all before they publish it, publicly. And if they don't think it's ready, they won't submit it. So we got to get this thing going. So Also with the iOS thing, usually what happens is when this is ready, they'll submit it to iOS. iOS will usually take up to, like I said, about a week, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 4 days. It really just depends. And then when that's ready, they'll usually submit it to Google, but sometimes they submit it to Google first anyway, so that may happen. We'll just have to wait and see. They may just update Android users, and then iOS might have to wait for another week. But anyway, I'll keep you guys up to date on that. As soon as we know something more, I will post a video on it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys soon in more Minecraft Pocket Edition.